Being art director basically means sorting out everything that was seen on camera. So all the mugs in the lab set, computer displays, all the documentation that you see people walking around with, and making sure that all the sets were appropriately dressed. And also then when we had to go back and film over several weekends, making sure that I'd taken lots of reference photos so that everything could look the same.
We didn't really have a recce before the shooting started, so although I knew some of the places where we were going to be, the lighting design tended to be a bit sort of organic. It grew with the job. So what we've done is tried to make the Daleks themselves much more three-dimensional by keeping the key light on them, keeping a three-quarter backlight so that it makes a nice edge on them, and they do look nice and shiny, but we're not over-lighting. I think that was the trick.
We decided to approach the filming of the Daleks in much the same way as the actors. One of the things about the Daleks, of course, is that they've got a much more, in some ways, unusual aspect to them than the human actors. You can get right close in on the eye stalk with a lamp, and you can sort of get really tight in on that. And we went for that silver colour scheme specifically because it makes them look so much more metallic in a very dark, moody environment, so you get all those lovely sort of flares off of them.
Some of the props we had to create from scratch because obviously we don't have things like a tranquilizer gun. Rob, for instance, managed to build the Dalek transport device in the space of just a couple of days. But I think one of my favourites has to be the key entry that we used for the lab. I was given a couple of keypads and I thought, well, I've got to make this one look different. It's got to look like it actually opens a door and locks it. So I sat there and painted 4 of the buttons different colours using nail lacquers.
Within the sound department, the main challenge was obviously on location, so you're having difficulties with exterior noise, planes, cars, kids, all that sort of stuff. It's fairly normal, but it's obviously a challenge.
Yeah, live with that.
We only had one boomist, Steve Ball, so consequently he really had his work cut out. Some of the bigger scenes were difficult because you had action going on all over the place.
That's the way. Right, now drop it down a bit. That's angle it. Don't make me beat you.
Eventually we sort of settled on a fairly sort of handheld style, and we wanted to get sort of quite close in on the actors and really give them a chance to shine. So it's very, very tight and almost claustrophobic, which is one of the things I think that Doctor Who always used to do extremely well.
It was good fun, nice bunch of people to work with, some interesting locations. I've got to say, having looked at some of the footage, it's looking great, it's looking fantastic.